Hello YouTube, it's Musical Aviator. We're at Melbourne Airport and today I'm flying the Qantas call sign with this beautiful little aircraft, Victor X-Ray Bravo, also known as Yananyi Dreaming. Boeing 737-800, 838 to be exact. As you can see, we are actually got chocks on the wheels. And right over there, up the front of the airplane, you can see a little wire coming out of the nose. That means that the aircraft is on ground power. We have not got the APU going at the moment. Aircraft is at the gate with doors open and we're ready to accept passengers. So let's get on board. Go up the front, we're powered up with ground power. We're going to do most of the startup on the ground power before we start the APU for the engine start and pushback sequence. Up here we see fuel pumps all off. I'm going to go through one of the, I think it's the Virgin actual startup sequence. Qantas will normally chuck on one fuel pump, I'm told, but there's actually a DC fuel pump available in the APU. As soon as you click the start, you'll notice that and that's that one, the forward fuel pump will actually extinguish the low pressure light as the DC pump begins. So we'll actually go through that process today. First thing we need to do, of course, is align the IRS. That takes about 10 minutes, so I've started that process now. You can see up here we've got ground power selected instead of the normal APU gen. Alrighty. So I'm going to set the IRS position off the GPS. We're at Melbourne, YMML. Of course, going to Sydney, YSSY. Flight number today is Qantas 464. And we're headed from Melbourne, which is MEL, the VOR, 114.1. Tracking airway H129. From there we track Yankee 59. We'll see it tracks at Docel, and from Yankee 59 we'll go to Sydney. Activating that, go to initialization. We have 56.9 tons, 0 fuel weight. Just need to double check the reserves. The reserve today is Williamtown. It is, and that'll take 1.2. We have a fixed reserve of 1.1. And it's actually 0.6, so it's actually going to be more than that. 2.4. It's a little under 2.4, but that's close enough. Cost index is my usual 30. And it suggests 390. I've actually planned for 370, so I'll stick with that. D rate, fairly low. Takeoff flaps will be 5, center of gravity trim is 25.5 Mach. Boeing is being requested. And current H1029. Seatbelt signs on, we already have the fuel on board. Let's come down here and let's await us 1327. Not getting a voice on that. Or on tower. Let's get a little bit of oddities here. Sometimes just to reset, bring that all back. 20.5 is tower.
Okay, we try 1 up away, runway 27.
That's coming up fine. And it's 1327, that's what let's grab that.
9. On first contact with Melbourne, ground or approach, notify receipt of Oscar. Melbourne, terminal information, Oscar. Expect ILS approach, runway 16 and 274, arrivals and departure. Wind 100 degrees 05 knots. Visibility greater than 10 kilometers. Cloud view 4000. Broken flight level 230. Temperature 14. QNH 1029. On first contact with Melbourne, ground or approach, notify receipt of Oscar. Melbourne, terminal information, Oscar. Expect ILS approach, runway 16 and 274, arrivals and departures. Wind 100 degrees 05 knots. Visibility greater than 10 kilometers. Cloud view 4000. Broken flight level 230. Temperature 14. QNH 1029. On first contact with Melbourne, ground or approach, notify receipt of Oscar. Melbourne, terminal information, Oscar. Expect ILS approach, runway 16 and 274, arrivals and departures. Wind 100 degrees 05 knots. Visibility greater than 10 kilometers. Cloud view 4.
Right, looking at that, we've got information Oscar, QNH 1029, wind 100 at 5 knots. There's a downwind on runway 27. 16 is also an option. So that's fine. Let's go N1 limit, that's fine. Takeoff. Just waiting on the IRS to align there. Let's go for clearance. Melbourne ground, Qantas 464 is requesting clearance to Sydney. So I heard that. More airplanes on this side. That's a 767 over the other side and a Jetstar A320. Melbourne ground, Qantas 464.
Qantas 464, level ground, just stand by 1.
Might even use this thing today.
Qantas 464 on ground today, are you ready to copy your clearance?
464, ready, copy.
Qantas 464 cleared to Sydney, 5000 planned route, Delta departure, runway 27, climb to 5000, squawk 3175, and departures, Melbourne approach 132.0.
That's 464, cleared to Sydney via Dorsal 8 departure, runway 27, initial climb 5000, squawk code 3175, and departure is 1320. Qantas 464.
Qantas 464.
Cool, we have clearance, let's start that APU going.
Melbourne ground, Washington,
I'm going to do that funky procedure, unless we don't have a fuel pump set, so it'll actually set itself once it starts Now you'll see that the EGT will actually fluctuate a little bit on the way up, and once it settles down, one of these fuel pressure lights will extinguish. APU is actually using battery system to spin itself up at the moment.
Velocity 71.
No fuel in the system except in the actual bleed itself.
Velocity 431 taxi 200.5 runway 27.
Indication anyway. And it'll settle back down.
Point, how far would it be? Runway 27. What's this?
478, but sorry, 751.
Down to 400-ish. It's actually on the suction
Sorry,
pump.
Melbourne Ground, can you just repeat the last message?
Maybe we had some in there.
Velocity 751 taxi 2 holding point Papa runway 27.
Your dampener's on.
Holding point Papa, runway 27.
That's all in there. That one 370 is correct. You're on the APU now.
Melbourne ground, just off Orbx 3, it's like 60 to runway 27.
Just off Orbx 3, Melbourne ground, going A taxi 200.5 runway 27.
Taxi holding voice Papa runway 27, just off Orbx 3.
Let's go. We can take the cart off now. Damn it, I can't because I didn't have his...
And velocity 751 give way to the Jetstar 320, he'll be in front of you.
That's embarrassing.
If you want 320.
He's back. Runway 27 with the dose of light departure. I've been in an aeroplane where they did that once. The lights go off. Fun. Up to the APU Gen 35 115.
Melbourne ground, velocity 32, radio check.
The solenoid switch on the yaw damper tripped.
Velocity 32 Melbourne ground, region 5.
Thank you,
And it goes
velocity
on.
32.
And the bridge is coming away. Jet bridge retracting. I think I lost it the whole way. Okay, 464 is the call sign.
Melbourne ground, just off Orbx 3, is that holding point Papa, we'll contact signature now. Thanks for the ECF, good luck.
That's set.
Let's just off Orbx 3, contact tower 120.5.
Checked and good. We've got the display source thing happening up there.
Melbourne ground, velocity 32 is now ready for clearance to Sydney.
And there we go, that's set.
Velocity 32 Melbourne
3175.
ground, today cleared to Sydney by Delta Land route, SYD departure, runway 27. Climb initially 5,000, squawk 3045, and departures Delta 132.0. And confirm you have the coordinates.
Takeoff. Speed is 145. Nice guess. Flap will be 5.
Velocity 32 is cleared to the Melbourne as filed. Those are late departure runway 27. Climb to 5,000 and squawk
Just gonna turn that off for a
3445
bit.
for velocity 32.
Velocity 32 squawk 3045.
3.
So let's look at the departure. We're out of PSC, we're turning nose left, and we track northbound through Papa. From Papa, runway 27, which is 2,286 metres long. Board speed today will be 80 knots. I'll give it a call. There'll be a white bug at 100. After 100 knots, we do continue on apart from major failures such as fires, engine failures and hydraulic failures. After V1 we're committed to takeoff. V1 today is 134 and the rotation 2 knots after at 136. Now once we get airborne we're stubbing ourselves at V2 or V2 plus 20. That'll be via VNAV and LNAV, which will be engaged for departure. You can engage that now. Arm it. So flight director's on, armed LNAV VNAV. Weather out there is not too bad. Got a bit of cloud sitting around 4,000 feet, so we are VFR. And if we do need to come back, we have both runways 16 and 27 as options. Runway 16 has less of a tailwind. It doesn't have any tailwind. 60 knots, well, 60 degree offset. The wind is only 5 knots though, so it's not too much of a problem. Runway 27 has a downwind component of a little less than 5 knots, but it's still there. That's our takeoff runway, so we're down about 4 knots on the takeoff. Assuming everything goes normal, we'll be VNAV LNAV all the way up to climb, top of climb. And we're expecting a right hand turn after departure. Just going to detune that VOR. So you can go all day like that. Cool. I'm happy to move. What's the time? 48. Yeah, we're pretty much on time. Let's go and get the pushback there.
Flight Hotel, planned route, destination departure, runway 27, after 5,000, squawk 3062, departures, approach 132 days, long direct, confirm you've got information on Oscar.
Active Sydney via Dayfield plan route, Dayfield 8 departure runway 27, climb and maintain 5,000 and squawking 3062, Qantas 428.
Qantas 428.
What's that gate number again? 6, Charlie 6. I'm ground Qantas 464 on gate Charlie 6, ready for push.
Qantas 464, push approved.
Push approved, Qantas 464.
Velocity 32 is now for taxi. Velocity 32, taxi, stand by. So velocity 32, taxi, Hollywood, fire runway 27.
Still
Just give way to the
Qantas. Need to check that.
737, then pushing back.
Active to runway 27 at pilot's discretion, and we'll look up for Qantas direction, velocity 32.
Qantas 464, there's a aircraft taxiing behind you, just get away to that aircraft.
Not sure why we have an Air France 767 over there, but whatever. It's kind of in the gate backwards as well. Not something I expect to see. And we have velocity 887, wishing us a good trip. And they'll see us in Sydney. It's coming from Adam Hay. Shout out to Adam Hay. Thanks for that. We're pushing. Ready to push already? We are indeed. Alright, clocks are on. Let's push. Okay, to start at will. Pack's coming off. Rest of those fuel pumps coming on. That's cool. Let's go ground on engine 2. And 2 rising. I have 20%. Engine 2 to idle.
Proceed to correction velocity 32, contact the tower now 120.45.
EGT rising. Starter cutout.
Velocity 32, contact the tower now 120.45.
EGT stable and reducing. Let's go with
Formation parallel 120.15 for velocity 32. Have a good evening.
Good.
N2 rising. %. Engine number 1 to idle. Hydraulic pump set. Generator is on. Engine 1 starter cutout. Generator on. APU bleed off, engine bleeds on, packs back on, engine generator set 50, generator 2, 45, APU coming off, the lights for the moment, FAT 5 set. That's a velocity 32 or 777-300, but of course they've entered their airline code as Tango Yankee Romeo instead of Victor Oscar Zulu. That's what happens, it turns on when they're France plane. Anyway, recall. Set throw bottoms. Flight controls. Controls, go to the right, go to the left, and run it.
Qantas 428, ready for push and receive Bravo.
And green light. Stab trim.
Qantas 428, push approved, just caution the
Stab trim today
company
should be
737 behind you.
4.49. Forward there, out there. Yep.
Push approved and we'll keep an eye
Takeoff
out for the
briefing
company
has
237,
been
Qantas
reviewed
428.
and cabin is waiting on cabin. On the ground, Qantas 464 at, let's say again, we have information Oscar on Papa, ready for taxi.
Qantas 464, good day, taxi to Morning Point Papa, runway 27.
Morning Point Papa, runway 27, Qantas 464.
Qantas 464, contact the tower 1 ready.
Qantas 464, okay. Okay, we're cleared to taxi and contact tower. We'll grab that on the frequency 120.5. Before takeoff checks it complete to the line. And we'll complete the rest once we're on line up. Holding short. There goes a 777. flying that aircraft, velocity 32, Ryan Ma from Hong Kong. Open FSinn's control panel, click in Advanced, click on PLA. On the resulting window, click Config. And from that window, click on Modify Own Aircraft. And check out what you've got there as your ICAO code. You'll find it's not VOZ. So it's a nice looking takeoff. Let's switch over to tower. And let's get that transponder on.
Tower, velocity 32 is switching over to departure. Have a good evening, sir.
Okay, below the line, start switches. Continuous. MCP set for departure, landing and strobe light on. The landing light for the actual takeoff clearance. Speaking of which, up tower, Qantas 464, ready at runway 27.
Qantas 464, good evening, Melbourne Tower, line up away, runway 27.
Runway 27, line up weights, Qantas 464. Landing lights on, waiting the runway. Runway heading is 263. Back off the zoom there a touch, to about 62. 62. Runway 27. Heading 263. Coming to a stop. Brakes are on. Test recording. Landing lights and retracts on. Takeoff checklist is complete. Holding on takeoff clearance.
Qantas 464, no worries, Melbourne Tower, runway 27, clear for takeoff.
Right, 27 clear for takeoff, Qantas 464, thanks. 50%.
Qantas 428, lock on. Hardy 737, on away.
Takeoff first set.
Oh, departing 737, line up and all way, runway 27,
SB line.
428.
80 knots. 100 knots.
V1. V1, rotate. V2.
As the brake, you're up. departure.
So you climb to 2000, maintain runway track. Clear to take off, runway 18.
Climb cross set. Departure is Qantas 464, climbing 5000 and at 2900.
Qantas 464, Melbourne, departure is going to identify, continue climb flight level 240.
Flight level 240, Qantas 464.
Quebec, copy.
240 set, flap 1.
Quebec 85 Delta, continue distance to 3000. At Belinda, clear the island. Approach runway 16.
3,000.
Flaps up. Ready after takeoff. Air conditioning pressurization. Set. Automatic. 370. Start switches off. Landing gear is up and off. Auto brake is off. Flaps, no lights. And altimeters, holding on altimeters. Takeoff checks complete.
Qantas 432, I haven't got your transponder. You could make sure that that's on no challenge. Disregard, you've just got it now. And Qantas 432, identify continue climb flight level 240. Flank air left hand turn track direct to Melbourne, and smash.
Another touch. All up a touch.
Qantas 432 is direct to Melbourne. Climb to flight level 240. Plan route.
Transition.
Quebec 85 Delta, contact Melbourne Tower 125.0.
Tower 125.0 today, correction 120.5 Delta.
Qantas 464, cancel the track route to Doha, plan route.
That was for us, I was looking at something else.
Melbourne approach, Qantas 428, climbing through 1,300.
Qantas 428, Melbourne departures, get identified, continue climb flight level 240.
Continue climb to flight level 240, Qantas 428.
Qantas 428, cancel speed below 10,000.
Roger, cancel speed below 10,000, Qantas 428.
Qantas 428, through 4,000, you can expect the correction to be cancelled. I've just got traffic inbound 16
Alpha in command. Seatbelt signs automatic. And after takeoff checks, altimeter set standard. It's coming coming up on 15.4 mark. And it's after takeoff checks complete. Next is descent.
Qantas 432, it looks like you're veering to deviate to the left of track. Initial radar heading to Melbourne 020 degrees. Qantas 428, can the track direct to go cell then surrender it?
Cancel fit track direct cell plane routes, Qantas 428.
Back to the announcements. Ladies and gentlemen, this is your captain speaking from the flight deck. My name is Trent Hopkinson, and joining me on the flight deck is YouTube. We're flying from Melbourne to Sydney today, and the flight time today should be about 1 hour and 10 minutes. We're cruising an altitude of 37,000 feet. About takeoff time. Currently just passing to the west of a little place called Mount Beauty. Shortly we'll be crossing the Murray River and off into New South Wales. As we cross the Murray River, you will likely see a large lake off to the left and the city of Albury on its side. Just taking a look in the weather at Sydney today. A few scattered showers about. A little bit of a brisk wind of about 30 kilometres an hour, 14 knots. Temperature is 19 degrees. That weather is expected to continue on into the evening and on to tomorrow morning. Although that's expected to clear in the afternoon to forecasts. Once again, thanks for flying with Qantas Airlines on your flight to Sydney this evening. Hope you enjoy your stay in Sydney and having a pleasant on-route journey to your final destination. Qantas 464, reaching level 2%. Sorry. 125.2.
Qantas 464, say again?
464 at level 240.
Qantas 464, sorry, I thought I handed you on to Melbourne. Then contact them 125, that's
125, that's 12. Qantas 464. Melbourne Centre, Qantas 464, flight level 240.
All stations, Melbourne Centre, back.
Count to that.
Qantas 464, Melbourne Centre, heading on flight level 370.
So again, the altitude was 360, 260.
Right, need to kind of look before your flight plane is saying 370, would you like to rebook?
370 is good. Extend here at the lake.
Roger, 464.
Flight level 370 is set.
Melbourne Centre, Qantas 479, that's top of the set. Qantas 479, descend flight level 220. Then 220, Qantas 479.
Flight level 370 on the climb. So what's happening up here? Pressurization just out of 5,000. Differential 7. 370 set and altitude for Sydney is pretty much 0. Motor lights off. Seatbelt sign all day. And the rest of that has to me. Still not really in range of Sydney, so we'll just leave it for the moment. Once we get in range, we'll check out what the runway is doing. I've got the meta anyway on the satellite. 170 at 14 knot. My guess is going to be runway 16. 16 right probably. Let's get some charts ready for that. And I'll let you program our little head-up display. So elevation at Sydney.
Velocity 751, level 7, say current cruising X number.
14 feet.
Distance 33.
Length of the runway is 3,962 metres. That needs to be feet for that.
Confirmed velocity 751 increasing to 0.79. Yes, increasing to 0.79.
So it's 3,962.
Velocity 751. Velocity 32, Melbourne Centre, confirm current cruising back number. Velocity 32 is cruising Mach 85.
It's 12,998.
Velocity 32.
Set.
Just 212 Melbourne Centre, when ready, descend flight level 230. Report leading.
Primary and armed with Cat 3.
Apologies.
Jet Star 212.
That's alright.
Roger, Jet Star 212, when ready,
armed,
descend flight level 230.
Just leave that out of the way for the moment.
When ready, flight level 230, just so.
Ready. Somehow dropped out of VNAV.
Okay, we're going to velocity to late with you at flight level 370.
VNAV's back in.
Aircraft calling velocity 888. Melbourne Centre, good evening. Star clearance Melbourne, using 7 Alpha, arrival runway 27.
Lucy 7 Alpha arrival for runway 27, velocity to late.
Fun little livery this one. I've left the link in the description below, just so you can find that link and add it to your livery collection.
And velocity to the right, we'll just leave cockpit for 10 minutes, we'll come back.
Velocity to right and further pull back.
Velocity to right.
Now this livery of course is for the PMDG triple.
Melbourne Centre, good evening, Qantas 428, place 240.
You'll need that to actually
Qantas 428, Melbourne Centre, good evening, flight level 390.
Flight level 390, Qantas 428. Yes, 212, leaving flight level 390.
City of Albury is behind us slightly.
Yes, 212. Qantas 479, descend flight level 140. Descending 140, Qantas 479.
Check that position. Yep. Pretty behind us. No, still ahead. That's an angle. That's Shepparton. Coriol. MAY, just next to Ebony. Albury. pilots there. I think that lake behind us was still Melbourne.
Yes, Star 583, contact Melbourne for the now 1250, expect start clearance. Good night.
And the Melbourne for the now 1250, just off of 3, thanks for the ECLF, good night.
You're welcome, see you next time.
Once we come up on Albury, you'll see a lake just off to the side of it. That lake right there that we're looking at. That one. You'll see it's an odd kind of very slender shape. It is of course a lake that's man-made because of the dam. And it kind of follows the shape that the Murray River used to follow through there before they dammed that section. Now it is a weir so the dam actually lets water out, otherwise the Murray River would stop. Not allowed. Because the Murray River forms the border between New South Wales and Victoria, and it also runs through South Australia. It is probably one of the major water sources for the main city of Adelaide. Murray River has this odd meandering shape with lots of billabongs beside it, which are kind of old riverbanks.
Well, for the 3-2 heavy Melbourne Centre, all sequencing reduced Mach number 2.76.
Become stagnant pools.
Slowly to Mach 76, Qantas, direction, velocity 32.
And there is Albury, the city thereof. See, half of it is north of the river and half of it is south of the river. The bit that's south of the river is called Wodonga, and that's in Victoria.
Qantas 479,
Yeah, the bit that's north of the river is Albury, and that's in, of course, New South Wales.
1010, 29110.
Back in the old days, we're talking even as late as the 50s and 60s, the trains that used to come through from Sydney to Melbourne, they couldn't actually pass the border because the gauges of the tracks were different. Melbourne had a 5'3" gauge track and Sydney had a 4'8.5". And now there's been 4'8.5" right the way through Victoria. The Melbourne actual metro railway system, however, is still 5'3".
Velocity 751, contact Melbourne Centre now 1250, expect start clear.
There's a dual gauge track that runs all the way from Albury through to the city at Spencer Street, what is now called Southern Cross Station. And there's also a lot of other standard gauge track in Victoria, off the freight rail and that kind of stuff. Maintaining flight level 370.
Just 212 Melbourne Centre, descent flight level 1002 H129.
Weather's pretty good down here south.
107 and 1025.
It's almost hard to believe Sydney's going to be looking at scattered showers.
Just 21029 H.
Just 212, sorry, that was breakup again.
212 Q&H is 1029.
Roger 10,000 on 1029, just 212, thank you.
About 40 minutes they're saying that the wind will be 2108 knots. Showers of rain scattered 2,500, broken 3,500. Currently it's looking at showers of rain, few at 2,000, broken at 7,000, broken at 9,000. The weather's actually going to apart from the shift to the west with the wind. So it's actually going to be raising slightly over the next few minutes. So it's bad but getting better.
Unfortunately, I'm in the 7 take current speed.
Lake Hume. So the lake that was formed by damming part of the Murray River. And of course that's on the Murray River. There's plenty of stuff downstream.
Roger, 479. Right, velocity 33 heavy, I'm heading 7 now, 1250, expect start tonight.
There's Orbx Airport, just off the nose.
Contact Melbourne, channel 1250 for velocity 32. Have a good night, sir. You too, goodbye.
Check speed 12, 4 sequencing, reduce speed not above 5, 4 Mach.
Billabong's shooting off it.
Roger, just confirming that not greater than Mach decimal 5.
Slow flowing river now as well.
Confirm, just after 1.
I have driven across it
We'll what you think.
several times. Lots of times. See, my parents live up in New South Wales now, in Victoria at the moment, so. Although I must say I normally fly, because it's faster and more interesting driving in a car. And they live in Sydney. I must say I haven't actually flown in a Qantas aeroplane for 10 years. Maybe it's a little less than that. About 8 years or so. The company I work for has an account with Virgin Australia, so anytime we need to fly anywhere, it's on Virgin. And any time that I fly, I just look at the lowest price, which is generally going to be a Jetstar plane or a Tiger. That's my kind of lot in life. Virgin's Jetstar's and
Winds of
Tigers.
46, contact Melbourne, 7 now 125 0, expect start.
125, decimal 0, winds of 46.
There's certainly up serving phone. And just checking what's happening up there. Fair way to ban. I do like the cameras open, that's very nice to see that. It wasn't open last week. Maybe the reason that it's open this week is because I flew there last week. Anyway, that's cool. See, Canberra, Melbourne and Sydney all open. Got approach and tower on each one.
Velocity 88, Melbourne Centre, do you copy?
Check here if we can catch ADIS. And it'll be 12625. I'll bring it up on radio 2. And I won't catch ADIS when I'm offline. Hello. I'm looking at 1 frame a second there for a while.
Hello, very close, 411, checking in flight level 36 0.
Qantas 411, I want to say good evening. Start clearance. Melbourne, Lindsay 7 Alpha, arrival, runway 27.
Very close, 411, over 7 Alpha, 27. Thanks.
lost control of my mouse. Not really sure what's going on there. It's back on. Just going to start shutting down windows here. PFPX. Firefox.
Up 212, can we cancel that Mac speed restriction earlier on
Yeah. Roger, just 212 cancel speed restriction being sent 6,000
Qantas
Qantas 479 decent 3,000.
3,000 possible.
Scanning there. It's going a lot better now. Computer, that is.
Qantas 479 clear the ILS approach runway 27, maintain 3,000, report established.
Clear the ILS approach 27, maintain 3,000 to establish.
Just 212, descend 3,000.
3,000, just 212.
Melbourne Centre, Jetstar 514 with you at 5,000.
Progress.
Jetstar 514,
degrees, 16 knots, cloud, view, 3,
tower level 3,
visibility, greater than
Jetstar 514.
10 kilometres, showers in area. 1029 on first contact with Sydney, ground or approach, notify receipt of Charlie.
Jetstar 212, terminal need to retreat to
Charlie, expect ILS approach, runway 16, left and right, for arrivals and departures, parallel, runway operations, in progress, independent, departures, in progress, wind 170 degrees, 16 knots, cloud, view 3,000, visibility, greater than 10 kilometers, showers in area, temperature 19, QNH 1029, on first contact with Sydney, ground or approach, notify receipt of Charlie. Sydney, terminal information, Charlie, expect ILS approach, runway 16, left and right, for arrivals and departures, parallel, runway operations.
G'day, velocity 40, climbing through 2,900 to 5,000.
Righty, so information Charlie, once it's left and right for arrivals departures, 19 degrees, QNH 1029.
3112, velocity 44. Qantas 479, contact Melbourne Tower now 120.5, good night.
Sorry, Melbourne Tower 120.5, thanks, Dave.
16 right is probably the one.
Well, Roger, just keep the runway heading, that's fine.
Velocity 440, Melbourne Centre, confirm average departure.
Which is 109.5.
Velocity 440, Melbourne Centre, good evening, I tried, climb flight level 370. Flight level 370.
09.5 is set both. Inbound course is 155.
Super 212, cleared, ILS approach runway 27, maintain 3000, report established.
ILS approach, maintain 3000, clear established, 212.
Using Orbx 2.
Qantas 464, contact Melbourne Centre now 125.0, expect start clearance, good night.
Melbourne 125.0, Qantas 464.
Velocity.
125.0 set. Melbourne Centre, Qantas 464, flight level 370.
Qantas 464, good evening, Melbourne Centre. Your star is a red at 9 arrival, runway 16 right, maintain flight level 370.
Clear bar room at 9 arrival, runway 16 right, maintain flight level 370, Qantas 464.
Just flight 83, contact Sydney approach on 134.4, good night.
Okay, arrival set. We are runway 16 right, approach, wireless.
Just flight 83, Melbourne Centre. Is arriving 3, go ahead. Just flight 83, contact Sydney approach on 134.4, good night.
Executed.
Currently the first 164, just flight 83, good night. Velocity 751, 10 to 1000, 281.029. I missed the altitude, which is 133. Velocity 751, 10 to 10,000. 10,000, that's 109.
Minimums.
Velocity 32 heavy, when ready, descend the flight level 250. Roger, we'll call velocity.
Minimums is 210.
Melbourne Centre, good evening, Qantas 428, flight level 390. Qantas 428, good evening, Melbourne Centre. Your star is a red at 9 arrival, runway 16 right, maintain flight level 390. River 9 arrival for runway 16 right, will maintain flight level 390, Qantas 428. Qantas 428, let's see. Turn left heading 360. Turn left heading 360 for sequencing Qantas 428.
210 set.
Velocity 32 heavy, Melbourne Centre. You can cancel the speed restrictions that were assigned to you at cruise. Roger, velocity 32. Velocity 751, you can resume profile speed.
Right, we'll do the descents.
Resume profile speed, Vatsim.
Descent forecast. Transition level 110. Right, levels at 290, 210 and 140. Yeah, 290, wind is 204 and 9.
Qantas 2125, send to flight level 110.
210, I have 180 at 6.
Oh, 110, Qantas 2125.
Qantas 2125, contact Canberra approach on 124.5.
192 at 4.
Roger, connect approach. Second the frequency.
Canberra approach on 124.5.
Roger, 124.5. Good day, thanks.
Sydney 751, contact Sydney approach on 124.4. 124.4,
Melbourne Centre, good evening. This is November 31 Foxtrot Sierra. I'm at 5,000 and request climb to my destination altitude, flight level 170. I tried to contact Canberra approach, but it didn't work. I'm sorry. This is 71 Foxtrot Sierra.
71 Foxtrot Sierra, Canberra approach, just had a few problems. Climb to flight level 170 and you're identified, report level passing.
This is 71 Foxtrot Sierra, climb 170.
Winds 46, when ready, descend to flight level 250.
We're ready 250, winds are 46, and vacating flight level 290 at this time.
Over the center velocity 32 heavy. Do we transition over to River 9 arrival after Harold?
Velocity 32 heavy, affirmative, and you can descend to 10,000, QNH 1029.
QNH 1029 and 11,000, roger. Velocity 32.
Qantas 464, listening descent.
Qantas 464, descend to flight level 250.
Descent to flight level 250, Qantas 464.
Qantas 428, turn right and track direct to Cullen, then see River 9 arrival runway 16 right.
Turn right, track direct Cullen, then the River 9 arrival for 16 right, Qantas 428.
And we're going to descent now. Cabin crew, prepare aircraft for arrival.
Winds 46,
Let's run a brief.
separation. Turn left heading 290.
Brief first. Okay, it's runway 16 right. So we have
Winds 46, turning left,
yeah.
290.
Docile, say again, the rivet arrival. From rivet, we track to
And
10.
Winds 46, you can descend to 10,000,
Boogie at
QNH
9,000 at, say again, 6,000 or above. Correct.
290,000 on 1029.
I'll take vectors to runway 16 right, which has an intercept of 3,000.
Qantas 428 approaching topic defend.
Qantas 48, Qantas 428,
set on
send
both
flight level
sides.
250.
109.5 set.
Descend down to flight level 250, Qantas 428.
Weather has been scattered showers with some cloud sitting around 2,000, more cloud sitting at 7,000. That is improving. Those clouds at 2,000 are going to raise to 25, and the cloud at 7,000 is down to 35. Pressurization in auto mode and land altitude set for ground altitude of 0. Actual ground altitude at Sydney is 2114. It's actually 14 at the threshold. Water brake will 2, flaps will be 40. We'll just then set that now. And we'll do 4 less, so it'll be 60 ton exactly. Flat 40, speed is 135 reference.
And then the 71 Foxtrot Sierra.
140.
For sequencing, turn left to the 320.
Turn left, 320. November 71 Foxtrot Sierra.
Vacating to the left hand side, probably go on Bravo 7 and tracking Bravo across runway 25 to domestic 1 apron. And we'll be on, I believe it's gate number 5. Just double check that. Melbourne charts.
Number 46.
Okay, so that's complete.
Turn right, track direct with it, then to the 9 arrival runway 16 right.
Sent, checklist, pressurization set, land altitude 0.
Number 46, going right and direct with it.
Fuel
Against the
3.1.
stuff.
IAS has been set. We have over the fence speed of 140, reference is 135 flat 40, and altitude bug has been set to 10. And altimeter preset 1029.
So we send it with the dollar 108 with you, flight level 200.
270, that's fine.
Number 108. Maintain flight level 20.
Visibility greater than 10 kilometers. Showers in area. Temperature 19. QNH 1029. On first contact with Sydney. Ground or approach. Notify receipt of Charlie.
Still Charlie.
Number 46. Contact Sydney approach on 124-4.
1244, I think
Yeah,
service link 46.
Cheers. Qantas 464 descend to 10,000, QNH 1029.
And 10, 10,000, QNH 1029. Qantas 461. 10,000 feet set. Have 25, seatbelt signs coming on. There's all that cloud that we've been waiting to see. It's all clumped around Sydney. Doesn't even want to come down here to the south coast. I think that's the southern end of Lake Burragoring, which is the lake associated with the Warragamba Dam, Sydney's main water supply. You can see it splits in half.
Number 108.
Dam right up the top there. It kind of comes down
Go ahead,
this way.
number 108.
There's one arm that ends up over
Number
there.
108
One
as far
ends
as
up
a Bungo 9 driver
out there.
arrival. Runway 17. When ready to send flight level 110.
Sorry, the Bungo 9 Bravo arrival for runway 17, and we'll descend flight level 110 when ready. For the dollar 108.
Melbourne Centre, this is velocity 32 heavy. We just got beaten by approach. Switching over.
Velocity 32 heavy, my apologies, I thought I told you to transfer earlier. Melbourne Centre, maybe 104, would you like us to go to Melbourne Centre as well? Maybe 104, stand by. Maybe 104, contact Melbourne Centre on 125, decimal 2, and you can expect to start. Alright, if you can take one. 125, J42 Melbourne Centre, thanks very much for your service and have a good night. November 71 Foxtrot Sierra, turn right heading 060. Turn right 060, 71 Foxtrot Sierra. Qantas 428, descend through 10,000, termination 1030.
Descend 10,000, QNH 1030, Qantas 428.
Approach spread set on standby radio. Sunset, landing lights now on. The lights on.
Qantas 464, contact Sydney approach from 124-400.
Approach 24.4, Qantas 461. 124.4.
146 doing success. 43751, turn right heading 060.
Right 060.
Sydney approach, Qantas 464 with Charlie on descent of 10,000 out of level 170.
Qantas 464, Sydney approach, descend to 8,000, runway 16 right, expect ILS approach.
8,000, ILS approach, runway 16 right, so Qantas 464.
43751, turn right, heading 125, insert the localizer, cleared ILS approach, runway 16 right.
Right, 125, cleared ILS approach 16 right.
43032, turn right, heading 020.
Right to 020, velocity 36.
Wind to 46, cancel star, turn left heading 010.
Turning left 010, wind to 46.
Compass 7432, contact Melbourne Centre 125.0, see ya.
1250, Compass 7432.
After approach will be with tail 120.
Velocity 32, descent 3,000.
3,000 from velocity 32.
I'll grab that. Lane 3 is armed. RS 1 set, course 155. approach check has been completed. Just waiting on the 10,000 feet. So swap over.
Velocity 32, turn right heading 050.
Right to 050, velocity 32.
Velocity 751, contact tower 120.5.
0.5.
Qantas 487, contact Melbourne Centre 125.0 here.
150, see you later, contact
That's the combiner glass that you're seeing there. Get that view, okay, that's cool. So as you can see, the combiner glass actually projects to infinity. It always looks the same no matter where your head is, so it looks the same compared to the horizon. It doesn't look the same compared to the glass or compared to the inside of the aircraft. That way, the say artificial horizon inside the combiner glass will always be on the horizon.
Velocity 32, turn right heading 125, intercept the 16 right localizer, cleared ILS approach.
As you get closer,
right to 125 and clear for the ILS 16 right for velocity 32.
The greater the apparent angle that the actual glass covers, because your head is closer to it. If you move side to side, you get to see more of it on one side or the other.
Steward 462 identified. Climb to flight level 280. Turn right heading 170.
And that is, of course, how the red one looks.
Right to 170, climb flight level 250.
10,000, let's go QNH 1029, set.
Steward 462, flight level 280.
Correction, flight level
That completes
280.
the approach checklist. Next is landing.
Ranger 46, descend to 5,000. You have 20 miles to run. In 5,000, Ranger 46. Qantas 464, descend 6,000.
Yeah, 6,000 Qantas 464. 6,000.
Speedbird 462, resume navigation, track direct to Hooks, then flight plan route.
Navigation directed to Hawks flight plan route, give her a fence.
Winds 46, turn right heading 040, descend to 4,000. Turning right 040, then 4,000, wind 46. Velocity 32, contact Sydney Tower 120.5, see ya.
Sydney Tower 120.5 for velocity 32. Okay, nice.
Temperature 11, 12. Yeah, don't need any ice in that, that's all water. Bit of turbulence in there as well.
464, cancel start, turn left heading 30. Qantas 464, cancel start, turn left heading 360.
Heading 360, cancel start, Qantas 464. 6,000 feet still. 360 on the head.
Winds of 46, descend 3,000.
3,000, winds of 46.
Sydney approach, Qantas 428 with you, flight level, 10,000.
Qantas 428, approach, descend to 6,000, runway 16 right, take the ILS approach.
Descend 6,000, Qantas 428.
Don't remember doing that myself.
Winds of 46, turn right, heading 125, steers us at the 16 right localizer, cleared ILS approach.
Turning right, 125 for a Boeing set to the localizer, runway 16 right. Winds of 46.
That's interesting. Soon be getting a autopilot disconnect.
Sydney approach, good evening, this is Ian, November 71 Foxtrot Sierra, passing
Hats Ridge.
14,000, descending 10,000 with information, Earthwood Charlie, QNH is 1031, inbound, relay, with you.
November 71 Foxtrot Sierra, Sydney approach, descend to 8,000, runway 16 right, expect the ILS approach.
Descend 8,000, expect 16 right, ILS approach, 71 Foxtrot Sierra.
Speedbird 462, contact Melbourne Centre 125, decimal 0. See ya.
125, decimal 0, thanks, Speedbird 462.
Qantas 464, descend to 4,000, 25 miles to run.
Down to 4,000, 25 to run, Qantas 464.
Winds of 46, contact Sydney Tower 120 decimal 5, see ya.
120 decimal 5, winds of 46.
November 71 Foxtrot Sierra, descend 6,000.
6,071 Foxtrot Sierra.
Qantas 428, turn left heading 340.
Turn left heading 340, Qantas 428.
All stations, Sydney information, Delta current, changes, wind 170 degrees, 13 knots, QNH 1030, information Delta.
Info Delta. Doesn't go. QNH 1030. Set. And set and step. Leveling out. Let's take a look at that velocity vector.
Qantas 428, descent of 4,000, 25 to run.
Notice that we're just
4,000, Qantas 428.
And the line is straight.
Qantas 464, turn right, heading 0, exit 0, descend 3,000.
Heading 060 down to 3,000 on Qantas 464. 3,000 set level change, and I'm going to reduce that speed to 220. See that rain skirting along the windshield over there. Set it down at 205 knots. Grab that one. 3 miles to settle in.
Qantas 464, turn right, heading 125, intercept local alignment, cleared ILS approach from A16 right.
Heading 125, cleared intercept localised runway 16 right. Qantas 464. Approach mode set. Flat 1, speed is set. Kind of in and out of that rain, we'll leave the intermittent action. Laps 5.
And approach wind 46 is back with you.
With the 46 approach, maintain 3,000, turn right, heading 240.
3,000, turning right 240.
November 71 Foxtrot Sierra, turn left, heading 340.
Turn left 340, 31 Foxtrot.
Localizer alive.
Qantas 428, turn right, heading 040.
Localizer capture.
Turn right 040, Qantas
155,
428.
Qantas 464, contact the tower, 120.5, see ya.
Tower 120.5, Qantas 464, see ya. 205 set. Flat 5 speed. And that will be a capture. Sydney Tower, Qantas 464, runway 16 right.
Yeah, approach 16 right.
464, not ready. Second.
4, 6. I would take a quick runway change of 16 left visual approach.
Not this time, that'll be a go around for us.
Alright, so Qantas 464, I'll leave it to you. You can ignore it or you can go around it. I'll leave it up to you.
Yeah, this might be a go around time. Any idea of when that'll be cleared? That 15, please.
Qantas 464, I'll just put out. I'll just leave that decision to you. You can either go around or we can just ignore this and just continue operation.
Right, I think we'll be taking the go around in that case. Is the runway still available?
Correct, Qantas 464, thanks. for your cooperation. I'm maintain 3000, wireless approach procedure and contact Melbourne approach now, 13, direction 1248.
Go back to the approach 124.4 on go around climbing 3000. It's 464. Chart go around 170.
Tower, this is a velocity 32. We reckon we can make it with the tire over the domestic terminal. Please advise.
Sorry, that's the velocity 32 contact ground now, 121.
And I go flaps 5.
You know whereabouts during the execution of runway.
Over the ground, 1217 for velocity 32. Thank you. Have a good night, sir. Have fun.
You too, sir. And sorry, just to confirm, was that the 3 in the
I'll change
intersection?
and we'll go back on.
Stand by 32.
Altitude acquired, and we'll use flap 1. Let's grab the approach.
Cancel approach, maintain 3000, lift to hitting 070, Qantas 428.
Come on then there. Oh, there it is. Look at that. Oh, we would have vacated before that. It's got his tail out. Second approach, Qantas 464 on the go around, heading 170, 3000 feet.
Qantas 464. Approach, maintain 3000. Expect vectors for the ILS, change of runway 16 left.
Maintain 3000, expecting runway 16 left, just again the heading.
Qantas 464, change of runway 16 left, expect vectors for the ILS approach.
Go back, ILS approach, 16 left, Qantas 464. Okay, let's get out the charts for that. 16 left.
November 71 Foxtrot Sierra, accept a change, runway 16 left.
Approach change, runway 16, runway 1 Foxtrot.
16 left is 110.9.
November 71 Foxtrot Sierra, expect 16 left, ILS approach.
0.9.
Window 46, turn right heading 010.
Window 46, didn't get the heading, and I believe we're outside control airspace.
Window 46, turn right heading 010.
Turning right 010, and just confirming remaining at 3000, OCTA.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is
Window 46.
flight deck. I've just had information from Sydney Tower that there has been
Qantas 428, turn left, heading 330.
As such, we've
Left heading 330, Qantas 428.
We'll be making another approach to the other runway. As you know, there are 2 parallel runways in Sydney, one of them known as the 3rd runway, and instead of landing on the one that we're intending to land on, we'll be going to that 3rd runway. Unfortunately, this does mean a delay of about 15 minutes. Apologies for the inconvenience. We'll be on the ground as soon as we can, once we have sequenced with air traffic control to approach that runway from the other side. Thanks for understanding.
Qantas 428, are you ready to start an approach for 16 left?
Set it for over.
Hey Jim, ready when you are, Qantas 428.
Qantas 428. Qantas 428, turn left heading 250.
Left heading 250, Qantas 428.
Qantas 464, turn right heading 290.
Heading 290, Qantas 464.
November 71 Foxtrot Sierra, turn left heading 100.
Turn left 100, November 71 Foxtrot Sierra.
November 31 Foxtrot Sierra, apologies, right heading 100, right heading 100.
Turn right 100.
Right down there we have
71
the
Foxtrot
Illawarra
Sierra,
coastline,
go
heading down towards Wollongong. Just be off the nose there. Just checking fuel. Currently have 2.8, expecting 2.6 if we get a good vector. Probably 2.5. And I believe 2.4 is
November 71 Foxtrot Sierra, turn right heading 120, Jesus has the 16 left, localise.
Turn right 120,
Yep, 2.4 is the diversion, so I'll be fairly tight. Have to make a landing off this one. Hopefully it doesn't go too long without drawing us in. Couple of holes in that cloud, so a bit of patchy rain kind of thing coming up.
Qantas 428, turn left heading 185, intercept the localizer, 16 left.
Turn left heading 185 for the tip, the 16 left localizer, Qantas 428.
Oh, we're on to go around at flat 15. So,
November 71 Foxtrot Sierra, descend to 4,000, clear ILS approach from my 16 left.
Descend 4,000, clear ILS approach, 1671 Foxtrot Sierra.
Sydney approach. About 514 is descending
the
through
takeoff
flight
check
level
after take.
2104100.
pressurization. That seems fine.
Just 514, Sydney approach, stand by.
Off.
Qantas 428, clear ILS approach from my
Landing gear up and
16
off.
left.
Order brakes, still 2.
Clear ILS approach,
Flaps
16 left, Qantas 428.
Altimeter is 1030.
Windsor 46, turn right heading 030.
Approach checklist, I'll just use an instrument.
Right,
down
030,
the approach there, we might have different.
Qantas 464, turn right heading 350.
Something else. 464, say again, sorry.
Qantas 464, turn right heading 340.
I think 340 plus 461. 340 set. And set. Right, so our new minimums is 220. Course is 155.
Qantas 428 is established on the ILS 416 left.
And let's redo the speed. Let's really change that.
Qantas 428, contact tower 120.5.
Approach reference.
120.5 for Qantas 428, g'day.
About 40. And we'll be using that. Approach speed is 139. 139 approach.
Just 514, descend to 8,000, change of runway to 16 left, expected ILS approach.
Descend to 8,000 and change of runway to 16 left. That's 514.
Sydney approach, November 71 Foxtrot Sierra established on the localizer. I'm only 2,500 feet by my mistake. 71 Foxtrot Sierra, 71 Foxtrot Sierra.
November 71 Foxtrot Sierra, no worries. Wind to 46, descend to 3,000. Down to 3,000, wind to 46. November 71 Foxtrot Sierra, reduce to a minimum approach speed.
Reduce minimum approach speed, which is 140, 71 Foxtrot Sierra.
November 71 Foxtrot Sierra, contact the tower 120.5.
Going to 120.5. Thank you for your service. Goodbye and see you next time.
See ya. Wind to 46, turn right heading 050. Wind to 46, turn right heading 050. Turning right 050, wind to 46. Qantas 464, turn right heading 010.
Heading 010, Qantas 464.
Just up 514, descend to 6,000.
Descend to 6,000, just up 514.
Right over Prospect, it's 3,000 feet. There's Cessna's 1,500 feet below us. That airport's just over. Harness on that.
Wind to 46, turn right, heading 120, intercept the runway 16 left, localizer.
Turn right heading
440, negative, break, wind to 46, turn right, heading 120, to intercept the 16 left, localizer.
Wind to 46, turning right 120, follow intercept the localizer 16 left.
Velocity 440, descending to 8,000, runway, change of runway 16 left, expect ILS approach. Qantas 464, turn right, heading 060.
Heading 060, Qantas 464. 060, so.
Cat 283, departures, squawk my Charlie. Qantas 464, reduced to 190 knots.
190 knots, Qantas 464. Flat 1.
Cat 283, identified, climb to flight level 280. Cancel the hit, straight direct to Razzie, then flight plan route.
Flap 1 set, green light, 190 knots.
Wind to 46, cleared ILS approach, runway 16 left.
Wind to 46, cleared for accept the localizer, and we're established at this time. Wind to 46, so wind to 46.
Wind to 46, contact tower 1205, good day.
Tower 120.56. 46. Jets out 514, turn left heading 350.
Left heading 350, that's 514.
The approach, Qantas 428 is back with you after quite a mishap on 16 left. If you can give me vectors around again.
Qantas 428, turn left heading 330, maintain 4000.
Turn left 330, maintain 4000, Qantas 428.
Qantas 464, turn right heading 120 to intercept the 16 left, localise.
Heading 120, clear to intercept line 16 left, localised on Qantas 464. Cleared the localizer, approach ground 7.
And approach 67 meters through level 160.
Velocity 867. Sydney approach, descend to 8000, runway 16 left, expect ILS approach.
Descend to 8000, 16 left, expect ILS, velocity 867.
Qantas 464, clear ILS approach, runway 16 left.
Clear last approach, runway 16 left, Qantas 464.
Qantas 428, turn left heading 310.
Left heading 310, Qantas 428.
And rolling out to 16 left. Cabin crew seats for arrival. See the 3-degree position. So the vector is on the minus 3.00, that means we're on a 3-degree flight path. A3 is armed, that'll become active at the flight over intercept. Okay.
Qantas 464, contact Sydney Tower, 120.5, good day.
120.5 tower, Qantas 464. Flaps 5. On 80 knots. That's enough. City Tower, Qantas 464, runway 16 left.
Last station calling second, call sign please.
Qantas 464.
There's 464, continue approach like this flat.
Continue approach runway 16 left, Qantas 464. Get out. Ignition switch is continuous. We have water brake armed. Flat 25.
Velocity 894. Behind the arriving A330. Liner from weight 16 left.
Behind the arriving
really?
A330,
If that's another go around, we're going to Newcastle. So I better slow down. 25. Let's go all the way, flat 40. Flat 40 and speed 139, VRF plus 5. Set. Airspeed 139. Missed descent 125, 3000. And my aircraft.
Velocity 894. You need to take off immediately, but with 18013 knots, please take off 16 left.
Please take off 16 first hold for the 894.
Nearly 1,000 feet. Lights up in the middle. Speed's good.
1,000.
Qantas 464, sorry for the previous go round, 18013 knots, please land runway 16 left.
16 left, please land, Qantas 460. Inside.
Minimums.
Landing. To the low side now.
100.
Sydney Tower, Qantas 428, back with you again, established 16 left.
That's 428, continue approach.
Continue approach 16 left, Qantas 428.
Knots, 60 knots, medium braking. Just get off the old runway here. Someone didn't set their aircraft. I think that's Windsor 46 coming up as a Cessna. A ZZZZ aircraft. Sydney Tower, Qantas 464 vacated. We have a Cessna just off on takeoff. Takeoff 3.
Qantas 464, welcome to Sydney. Back ground now, 121.7, I believe the A330 is holding for you.
Go to 121.7. Copy the traffic. Qantas 460.
Qantas 428.
Sydney ground, Qantas 464 on Tango 3. We have an aircraft unidentified type currently passing through us in front of us.
Qantas 464, taxi behind the Airbus A332 that is carried via Tango, Lima, Charlie, crossing 07, Golf.
The taxi behind the A330, is that a RAFIC A330?
Sydney ground, November 71 Foxtrot Sierra.
November 71 Foxtrot Sierra. I need you to taxi onto runway 07, turn left, then hop onto runway 16 right. Okay, turn left onto the runway, then turn right onto 16 right, okay? And then inspect, confirm that 3 is clear off runway 16 right.
November 71 Foxtrot Sierra. I shall turn left on the runway 07 and then turn right, runway 16 right. Is this correct? 71 Foxtrot Sierra?
Confirm and then taxi off runway 16 right 5 Golf, your right. And confirm runway then, runway 2 degree.
Sydney ground, New Zealand 41, you haven't forgotten about clearance to Auckland, thanks.
November,
Very nice.
New Zealand 41,
767.
runway, oh sorry, yeah.
Clock's off. On captain's side anyway. Flight director's coming off. Train DB off. And we can stop squawking Charlie.
In New Zealand 41, runway 16 right is effective clear very once I get information now is clear.
Oh, let's detune.
You'll be able to take off 16 left.
Sydney ground, New Zealand 1, please repeat or text through, I didn't catch that.
New Zealand 41 standby. November 71 Foxtrot Sierra, confirmed runway 16 right is clear for free.
Runway 16 right is cleared, I cleared it, and I'm holding point 4.
Or the taxi down Golf to the park.
Sydney ground, Qantas 428 vacated 16 left on Tango 4 for the Qantas domestic.
Qantas 428 roger, taxi down Tango, Lima, Bravo, Charlie to the Qantas.
Thank you, Tango, Lima, Bravo and Charlie to the bay, Qantas 428.
Jets, sorry, 320.
Sydney ground, November 71.
In New Zealand 41, I do not have a on flight.
Say again, New Zealand 413.
In New Zealand 41, I do not have a route on flight.
We'll get back to you in a second. Technical difficulties on the wheel 41.
November 71 Foxtrot Sierra, taxi down Golf to the park.
Exit down Golf to the parking, November 71 Foxtrot Sierra.
City ground, velocity 587, request airways clearance to Melbourne.
There's a velocity 587, stand by.
Okay. We are tracking down on Bravo. North to the terminal, so we're domestic 1 entering at Bravo 2. The Q gates, number 5.
Peter Graham, November 71, Foxtrot Sierra departure. Thank you for your service. Please close plus flight plan. See you next time. Goodbye.
November 71, yeah, my flight here,
See you later.
City ground, New Zealand 41, I just have refiled the flight plan and you can have a look at that thing.
It's Bravo now.
Roger, thank you.
Sydney ground, Jetstar 514, request taxi to the day.
Jetstar 514, taxi down Tango, Lima, Charlie, crossing runway 07 Golf Bay.
Taxi via Charlie, direction Tango, Lima, Charlie, clear to the runway to the bait, Jetstar 514.
Velocity 587, you ready for airway soon?
Ready copy, velocity 587.
Velocity 587 cleared to Melbourne by Wollongong passing route, climb 5000. CMF 4 departure, Wollongong transition. Squawk 4465 and departure to Melbourne approach 124.4.
Cleared by the Wollongong flight plan route, climb maintain 5000 on departure, and the Juna 4 departure with the Wollongong
Takes a while to taxi.
Scorpion 4465 and departure on 124.4,
We
velocity
should have to go
587.
around and we're going to be on the other runway. We'll vacate it.
587. Okay.
Windsor 46, holding short, 0725 on Bravo.
Windsor 46, crossing with 07.
Crossing 0725, Bravo. Windsor 46.
Is all aircraft please hold short on with 07.
There's a Virgin Australia one coming in. Very cool.
Sydney ground, New Zealand 41, and get that flight plan and clear to thanks.
Yes, basically, still low.
There's someone with the right paint scheme finally. Whoever that is. You've logged in with the correct ICAO code. In FSN. City ground, Qantas 464 approaching 07 across.
Qantas 464, crossing runway 07.
Cross 07, Qantas 464.
Sydney ground, good evening, cargo 39. Information Delta, request clearance.
Target 9, stand by. Engine 41, you ready?
In New Zealand 4-1, we're standing by for clearance to Auckland Bank. Go ahead.
In New Zealand 41, clear to Auckland via the Campfire 1 departure, runway 16 right. 5000 for 4466 and departures to Melbourne, visiting approach 124.4.
Sydney ground, New Zealand 4-1, clear Auckland via Coupe 4 departure. Correction, Campy 1 departure, 16 right, 15,000 for 4466 and after takeoff 164.4.
Any zone 41. Sydney ground, Boston 507 with information Bravo at Mystic 3, request push and start. Velocity 587, clear with push and start. Okay, push and start, velocity 587.
Yeah, rolling on to Bravo 2.
Sydney ground, velocity 440 from Tango 3, request taxi to bay. Velocity 440, taxi down Tango, Lima, Charlie, cross runway 0, also the runway 0. Tango Lima, Charlie, also the runway 25. Qantas 428,
Windsock certainly going in the right direction.
Up runway 07, Qantas 428.
Bravo 2, next one. That's Charlie 1 that one.
Sydney ground, New Zealand 4-1, we're ready to push south at your discretion, thank you.
Let's get the FU going.
New Zealand 41.
Yeah, the flight time was an hour and 30. But we're going to be about half hour late on this one. 1 hour and 57, we'll be on the gate at about, on the hour. It's a 2 hour long flight and a flight that should be scheduled for an hour and a half. Guys waiting for us.
Just got a
low fuel warning on the left hand tank.
07 to Star 540.
Actually raining at the moment.
Tower, velocity 587, ready to take.
On the brakes. Parking brake set. AP on the leads and buses.
Velocity 587, taxi via...
And engine shut down.
Golf, Bravo. Taxi via Golf, Bravo to the Tango holding point runway 16 right.
Taxi via Golf, Bravo to the Tango holding point for 16
Alrighty.
right, velocity 587.
Anti-col lights off, and we'll get rid of the hydraulics and the fuel pumps. Keep on selected. Your dampener is off. AP on the generator, and let's get rid of IRS. 2 hours on the clock. Stop the clock. Seatbelt signs off. Cargo doors opening. Nice to have some company here. And rear door off. Well, it's been a bit of an exciting, eventful flight.
Ready to
A little bit of computer issues about halfway through, and well, at the takeoff we had that disconnection of the server. But we got here eventually, even after a go around and a bunch of stuff happening. So, hope you've enjoyed the flight.
that was Golf and Alpha, and which one after that thing?
From Sydney Airport in Yananyi Dreaming, Qantas Airplane 737 NGX by PMDG.
Golf Alpha, Alpha 1 hold,
signing off. Hope you enjoyed the flight. Catch you later.
Seating ground, g'day. Delta 8978. We've Delta, of course, airways clearance to Melbourne.
Delta 8970, you're cleared. You're cleared to Melbourne via Wollongong on flight plan route, climb 5000. Then for departure, Wollongong transition, score 4470, and part of the Melbourne immediate approach 124.4.
Clear to Melbourne via Wollongong plan route to maintain 5000. Then for departure, Wollongong transition, score 4470, and departure frequency 124.4, Delta 8970.
Delta 8970.